something in the world that would live beyond him, has put something on earth that we will all will grow old, leave this world. Our children's children will be reading from it, and it's a huge thing. Um, Thank you, sir, for that. But before I say what I want to say, I want us to do this intentionally. I want us to. The only people I want to be seated would be mommy and daddy, but all of us, I want us to rise up and put our hands together for daddy and mommy, the parents of the author. We have come to celebrate. Please clap, oh clap. Uh-huh. Ma, thank you. Daddy, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. If you go to Ma's house, before you leave, she just enter her backyard and kill one chicken. You know, that's my experience. I don't know about you. Mm-hmm. Kill one chicken. Before you leave, the chicken is ready. Yeah, Ma, it's been long. I I need to revisit. But you know, we love you. Thank you so much for giving us a son that is touching our hearts in a very, very special way. Thank you. Um, if I tell you how I got here today, I mean, Pastor did a fantastic job. Pastor, let's appreciate Pastor for that. Um, women is just, it's in fact, my own was a blackmail. It's a blackmail, positive blackmailing. But you know, for women, we can do anything. We can jump into water and anything and all because he's special. He's very special to us. Those people joining us online, I've seen the book, I've read it, I've literally finished the thing. When you open it, you will see yourself in the volume of the books too. There's some people, you know that Jesus said that in the book, in the volume of the that some of you will see for you it will be like an instruction to you. To some people, you will literally see your name. You will see your name like Jesus saw his name in the Bible. You know, so expect something interesting in the book. Thank you, sir, again for writing this book. I've traveled a little bit. If you're in this room, you are either an impact maker, someone that's already making impact. Because when eagles gather, when an eagle is gathering, it does not call chicken, it call other eagles. So you're either somebody who is already making an impact, or somebody on the way to make an impact, or somebody who is about to start their journey, you know, of making an impact. And you're all welcome, including those who will be hearing this after now. You're all welcome to this experience. Wima is taking us into his world, and we want to dive in with him. All right. Like I said, I buried in Atlanta. The other place is where the first president of the United States, it's called Mount Vernon in Virginia. You go, there's an entire place. It's an entire place where he lived. You see the table where he wrote a lot of his diaries, documents, and all of that. There's just something and that's what Wime has come to drag us, whether we feel like it or not, into that experience. And I want us to pay attention very well today, beyond just the whole thing. Because Martin Luther has said, if a man has not found what to die for, he's not fit to live. Stop giving him food. Don't give him food again. He should not even be breathing again if he has not found what to die for. Okay, so you're welcome to this change lately. We understand, you know, when just a few years ago, some things adjusted. And please, I want you to celebrate the woman that have created that damage. You know, Dr. Esther, we love you. Thank you so much. We can see what is happening. It's like it was not looking like this before. See the way it's looking now, shining. You know, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. You know, it's very easy to celebrate the man. You know, you forget that there's somebody that's cooking for him, that's making sure his head is correct in the morning. You know, one of the things that I would forever continue to cherish about you, you know, Ime was the one that introduced me to my wife. Although then it was not for wife purposes, it was for business. The business, we've not even still done the business. We've not still done the business, but after God, that woman is the best thing that has ever happened to me. Best. If you meet her, you will know. Almost on sight, you will know that this is a blessing. So I will always, in fact, at my wedding was, I said, since you are the one that introduced me, you have to be the best man for this. So he was there and all of that. So my relationship with him has been, and I'm sure every one of us here, we have stories of our relationship with him. In fact, when you read this book, you will see plenty stories, plenty relationships, how he has infected and impacted us in very special ways. I usually say everyone needs an Ohime in their lives. Everybody. If you don't have an Ohime in your life, you're missing something. You know. One of the things I love about him is his risk. Women can take. There's some risks that women will be explaining to you. You'll be wondering, how did you, like, what was in your head when you did that? It is at the outcome you have like, okay, definitely I wouldn't have encouraged you to be a part of that risk. Like go into that kind of stuff. But he does that. He believes in what he's doing. He goes after it. And so that's why this is a very, very, he's poisoning us. He's poisoning us with his spirit. So some of you now, you'll be surprised tomorrow now, the kind of things you'll be doing. It will look as if you're giving injection, some kind of but we appreciate it. We say continue to do these great things. This morning, while I was thinking of this day, I was like, I've heard people talk about, I've read books on Smith Wigglesworth, I've read books on all this kind of all different people, Benson Idahosa. You hear things how religious leaders are so proud of how many people they've raised from the dead. How many people they've brought from the grave to life. Not grave, mortuary probably, But I began to think about it. I'm like, wait, how come we don't celebrate properly? Impact means that you are living, you are alive. I'm like, have you noticed that it is more difficult to raise people? Because if you're not making an impact, it means you are dead. You are good as dead. You're just existing. How come we don't celebrate the effort? It's a lot of work to get somebody who is alive but dead to the point where the person is now living and making impact. I've tried to look, all the people that they said they raised from the dead, what did they do? Including the ones that rose up when Jesus came out of the grave. I can't find them. I don't know what they did with their lives. So please, for one more time, let's celebrate Women Odotai. So he's literally hardwiring us into something that we will forever live to appreciate. One other person that my time has finished. Okay, I'm wrapping up. Okay, sorry, I know that I can say this here because Akwa Ibom State is we're very religious, so we will understand. So we know, like in history, across history, one of the books that have caused the most revivals around the world is the Book of Romans. The Book of Romans. Most of the great revivals across history, ages, came from the Book of Romans. But do you know that Book of Romans, Paul wrote it in the prison? He was in the prison when he wrote it. And then, it was like a letter. And then he gave it to a lady called Phoebe. Phoebe. That name probably is only mentioned once in the Bible. Phoebe. But have you ever thought about it? What if Phoebe had misplaced the letter? What if Phoebe, I said, this is a letter from a man in the prison. Let's skip it one side. Whenever I am ready, I will go and deliver it. That singular act of taking that letter to the Romans was probably all she came to this world to do. So that 50, 100, 1,000, 2,000 years later, that letter that she got from a prisoner is still delivering effect. This letter we are about to collect today, we can't tell the damage. I use damage in a positive way. In Nigeria, use negative words in a positive way. So you will understand. We don't know where what this letter will do. But we thank the author for putting this letter in our hand. One other point is that, you see, it is not about your age, it's not about your name, it's not about popularity. Once it is your turn to make your own impact, make sure you make it. To some of us, we may have to partner with people. You know, I go to Harvard Business School like every year. Okay, in fact, for a particular time, it was like 4 years in a row. One of those days, I was at the business school, and we had an event there and all of that. And I realized that people in that meeting, you know, if you go to a regular school besides this particular school, people are submitting CV. They're looking for a job. They are bringing CV. I want this. Sir, can you employ me? Can you do this? But what I noticed at Harvard was that people were exchanging business cards. They didn't exchange CV. People, this one is good in finance. The other one is good in technology. They're like, we can solve a problem of fintech. So let's come together and do it. So for some of us here today, there might be an area you're strong at and something that you can do better if you partner with somebody. The color of your impact comes out better. For some of us, we have to live here today and go and think deeply about what impact we want to make. And let me wrap up with this. If you cannot impact the world, impact your continent. If you cannot impact the continent, impact your country. If you cannot impact your country, impact your state. If you cannot impact your state, impact your local government. If you can't impact your local government, impact your community. If you can't impact your community, impact your family or impact yourself. Thank you very much. Okay, let's have to call him. You know, I married a Yoruba woman. When you want to call somebody out, when you want to call the person that is wedding, people scatter money on the ground. You know, I don't know. It might not be very proper to do it here. We are very decorated, very organized. But please, please, with the gravity of what you know, don't think about now. If you look at now, you might miss it. But with the gravity of what is coming in the future as a result, because this is first book, or this one is the first number one. Very soon now, you will invite us. We'll come and eat rice. Are we eating rice today? We'll come and eat rice again. You know, that kind of thing. I'm not sure we're eating rice. So it's not me. You know, but please, please, I don't want to say with Jesus joy, but it is with Jesus joy. Help me stand up on your feet and let's welcome engineer. There's an engineer inside. There's an engineer. Engineer Onyime Udotai. Please clap now. Mbok, clap.
Okay, please can we gladly take our seats? Um, I would first of all like to ask that they say I should shift till I reach my face. I should keep shifting, right? Okay. I should enter my face. Okay. All right. It's an honor to be here today and looking back at where this is coming from. Which of the things am I supposed to do now? Sorry, so that I know. Let me behave. My pastor is here. Please, with Jesus' joy, can we bring my pastor, Pastor Itoro, to the front? I hope you guys know tomorrow is Sunday. So please. All right, I'm told I'm to read. Okay. I would choose to read chapter 1 for a day. All right. All right. Chapter 1, how it all began for me. So how was the desire to live and impact when nobody is expected to be seen outside?